Forest Preserve District is embarking on a capital improvement plan over the next 5 years to preserve and protect additional open space. $25 million has been earmarked for land preservation, and a swath of land in the southern part of the county marks the first major acquisition. Located at the corner of Route 53 and Coal City Road in Wilmington, this new location will be called Kankakee Sands Preserve. Conserving this land will help a number of species as well as provide some recreational opportunities.
The Forest Preserve has been looking at this property and this area in general for decades. The connectivity is critical and it's extremely important to the Forest Preserve when we're looking at preservation opportunities. It allows us to buffer and expand existing natural areas. For an example, this property is adjacent to Wilmington Shrub Prairie Nature Preserve with known endangered and threatened species on the site.
This site also has close proximity to 2 district nature preserves, Sand Ridge Savanna and Braidwood Dunes, both of which are just to the south.
This is just a great property, and in my mind, certainly a long sought after property because of its location between the nature preserves and in an area where there's really an opportunity to build up a large, significant amount of conservation land that could protect those animals that need more space to roam. As you get more land in an area, the invasive species are reduced because those impacts are moved to the outside once the preserve is restored. This area here has 4 state nature preserves in it, all in this small sand area. And this is really unusual to have that kind of a concentration of high quality preserves packed with rare and endangered plants and animals, many of which are just hanging on by a thread in the state of Illinois. Here we know from historical records that this entire property was prairie and prairie wetlands. And that's also what the surrounding high quality nature preserves are. So we're going to want to restore it to those conditions so that the rare plants and animals from those places can be put back here. So there's going to be a lot of work. Well, right now we have 2 populations of ornate box turtle on Forest Preserve property and 1 on a nearby state property. And these populations are all rather small. It's probably a total of less than 30 or 40 turtles total. And so this population is really just hanging in there. It's in trouble. They used to be common in sand areas. And so getting this property with additional acreage that with a little bit of restoration work, we can look at trying to get ornate box turtles here. And especially the interior parts of this property are pretty isolated. It's a big deal for species like bobcats and badger to have, again, a large area of land to live on. We've had bobcat in the area, but they're very reclusive. They don't like to be around people, and so you need those areas where they can live and hunt without a large human presence.
This preserve will also bring some new recreational opportunities to residents in this part of the county.
This is really the only forest preserve in southwestern Will County where we will provide the opportunity for fishing. The development for this property is unknown at this time, but we're considering more of a phased approach of development where we would early on establish, parking with maybe shoreline fishing, and then adding additional amenities, things like shelters and possibly camping and trails in the future.
If we can build this out, restore it, get a little more land into conservation in this area, we can have a preserve that will hold these species for, perhaps centuries.